What's your state of mind, TK? The Gaijin seat.
Let's just let it flow, right? State of mind, where we at.
Yes,
we'll figure it as we go, right? We'll figure it as we go. It's like abstract art, right? Some Basquiat art, a Basquiat infused podcast, where we just talk about stuff, be it music, be it family, health and wellness, culture. Like for us, like right now, we're in the land of the rising sun in Japan. And probably we'll tap into our experiences over here, community, you name it, like things that kind of have us thinking about how we're supposed to navigate our daily lives in this culture, integration of both our cultures and the culture that we are around as well, so that we can be integrated people. So yeah, it's just raw and uncut. Raw Life, New Hope. That's just reminded me of my my lecturer's book back in university. Fiona Ross. I'm actually plugging in Fiona Ross right now from the University of Cape Town, a renowned social anthropologist. She did a book on Raw Life, New Hope. Like she went into the homeless areas in Cape Town. And she was just researching around what it means to what dignity means to those people who live in those communities, and all of them were talking about the importance of just ownership, man, of having a house, of having a home, with everything working, right? You remember Dave Chappelle's whatever stand-up where it was like teams house, like everything was working. Like when we went back to ours, like dad had to be like AC should not be running 24/7. Yeah. So they were talking about like the importance of just having a decent apartment, a decent home. They were not asking for much, and it just loops back to the culture that we are in as well. Like I just like the organized chaos that Japan has in terms of designing homes, man. Have you noticed? It's not about quantity, right? It's not about how big the house is. It's just about how comfortable it is, how comfortable and cozy it is, right?
If you're a minimalist, then yeah, it actually works for you. But if you're not, then it's sometimes kind of crampy.
That's true. That's so true. But I would like to think like as we just progress, like in this day and age, naturally we're just being forced to be minimalists, right?
Yeah.
Digital nomads, creating content. You wanna be a globetrotter. Want to be a global citizen and stuff like that. You don't want too much baggage on you, right? Yeah, man, great stuff. Where you at right now? Like it's been a year for you in Japan. For me, hey, I've been here for a while, man, like 8 years. Boring. It's gonna be 8 years in March. Just break it down for me, man. Coming over to Japan, your experience, culture, and things like that.
Yeah, so coming over to Japan, it was quite I was very excited to come to Japan the first year. It was beautiful, everything was very new to me and exciting, and the culture and the people. And then the honeymoon phase actually faded away. Then the reality of it then started, tripping into me as well. Right, and I won't say there are a lot of terrible things that I wouldn't like to, stay in Japan and stuff like that, but I just feel like there's certain things that you actually have to trade away with in order for you to actually stay here or even think of building a life here. I think the first thing for me was like community. I actually realized in my first year that having a stable community was very important in Japan. If you don't have community, it's actually a terrible place, to be honest. Because like Japanese people are very conservative, and like most of them won't even say hi to you even in the street or whatever. You can actually spend a whole week without talking to anyone. If you're not like going outside for work and stuff like that, so you definitely need the community.
That's true. Like that hit me differently as well when I touched down in 2018. Spot on, man. I was used for me. I was in South Africa, right? Like for university and work as well. Like South Africa is just a different place, man. You know the vibe, right? Yeah. It's just a different place. There are a lot of social dynamics in South Africa, and South Africa is so diverse. And South Africans are easygoing people. It's just easy to be like to your neighbor, to be like on a Friday, hey, dude, what's up? What's happening? Are we having a barbecue? Like, friends of mine are coming over. What should we do? It's so easy to do that. Like, I tried to do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I came to Japan, I tried to do that.
Awkward things.
Oh man, it was awkward, right? It was so awkward.
Oh, what are you doing? Yeah.
It hit me differently. That's when I knew, like, hey, it's totally different. But like when you were speaking, something got me thinking as well. Like, you were talking about trade-offs, right? Like you there are certain things that you're going to be comfortable with, right? And then there are certain things that you're going to have to just have thick skin, right? And trade off and be like, hey, all right, I can do without this. And that's in any context in life, right? You should always have trade-offs. I should not say you should always have trade-offs. You should accept them, because that's the reality, right? Trade-offs in any situation. So what's the biggest trade-off for you that you tapped into and you were like, hey, okay?
So I think the first thing that most people usually like hear about Japan is about the Gaijin sit. Do you know the Gaijin sit?
I don't. Like,
okay. So it's like when you're in the subway, right? And when you're sitting...
the Gaijins.
Right?
It hits.
They don't sit next to you, right?
Yeah.
So my trade-off was like, I'm no longer going to take the subway. I cycle to work every day. So like, I just want to avoid the drama.
Man.
I've never really like faced it personally, but I'm just like, nah.
But you know what? Like, I understand what you're saying, right? But I also want you to try and maybe look at it differently. Because like, I looked at it differently after it had happened to me once, right? And I was just observing what was happening in trains, right? I saw that happening between two Japanese people as well.
I see.
Right? And it wasn't only once. Like, it happened two or three times. That's when I was still in Miyagi. And I thought to myself, hey, how come we tend not to see things through that lens, right? But it's understandable, because like Japan is homogenous, right? And you stand out, and maybe, you know, thoughts might be rushing through your mind in a new area, you know, like asking yourself like, hey, how do I connect with people? So you end up living in a perception of a perception. Yeah, that's something that I got off of Shetty. You know, he was saying most of the time we live life through the lens of other people's through other people's lenses, right? So that traps us and it leaves us living in a perception of a perception. So when you live in a perception of a perception, like, it's difficult for you to be mindful and to be aware as well. Everything seems to just be a mountain, man. Right?
Yeah, I kind of believe that as well. But I think, like, being in a foreign country, I think like you're actually dealing with a lot of things, so you don't need to have like extra pressure to think of things like that. So I just cycle to work. I prefer it, and like most of the time, like in the subway, you're always seeing like Japanese people on their phone, and I don't want to have that mindset. Like, I'm always like closed on my phone and looking at my phone and stuff like that. Cycling actually gives me a chance to like see what's going on, be active, giving reaction time when you're on the road.
Right. That's good. Talking about cycling, like for me, it clears my mind, man. On to the next one, TK. Like, I was actually thinking of something interesting, right? I've been in Japan for 8 years, right? Just like you, when I came, I was in ALT, I was teaching. I enjoy teaching, like, no doubt about that. Like, teach. Got a lot of experiences in education, both as an ALT and in international schools, right? It's something that I still enjoy doing, that I want to do as well in Japan, because I've seen the value that I've added in community and in children's lives, right? You connect with students on a different level. But like, I also started to think about things like ownership, right? Like, hey, what do I have for myself? You know, like, what am I running? Like, in this day and age, people are taking an entrepreneurial lane on a different level, right? And I was just thinking, hey, how come we just get stuck in this work mode mentality, right? Like a hamster on a wheel, without actually thinking of financial freedom and things like that. Especially me and you, like we are the ones who are actually to be pioneering that lane, coming from a line of business people. By the way, like my dad never worked for anyone a day in his life. Can you handle it? It hit me differently.
Different when I thought about
right?
Yeah.
He never received a paycheck. This guy, and guess what? All right.
So what do you think? 10 minutes enough for these short attention span viewers? Maybe 5 minutes? Keep it punchy? No, too short. How about 8 minutes then?